Today we're going to talk about Meghan Markle's, the truth about her. We're not going to get into whether she's evil, whether she's this or that. In my opinion, she is an habitual liar, and she is evil. A lot of people are saying, oh, she's insane, she's crazy, she has this narcissistic thing, because many people like to make a diagnosis that something must be wrong with this person to behave in such a manner, because they don't want to admit that this person is simply a terrible person. People make excuses for them. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. Just like people are making excuses for Harry, saying, oh, he's behaving this way because of Meghan. I don't think so. You don't get to behave this extreme all of a sudden just because of one person. It doesn't happen like that. And from what we've read or heard, Harry has always been a nasty person. So, Meghan Markle simply came out and exposed it. And the Buckingham Palace PR machine is no longer covering up for him. That was a full-time job they have covering up for Harry. So for Meghan Markle, the truth about Meghan Markle, there's many things that she's putting out there. That, the letter to the senators saying that she had to work from the age of 13 to help support her family, that she lived on coupons, that she ate salad bar at Sizzlers, that, that she sold scrunchies, while at the same time saying that she went to Korean spas on the weekend, which are very expensive, that she traveled, that, she's a child of the world because she travels so much. There's so many things. So I am going to try and put things into perspective. Basic stuff that she can't refute, that nobody can't refute because it's there. Whether we get into her character, that's different. Now, before we start with this, I just want a little sidebar. I received a bunch of emails because I said in my last video or in my live that I don't have a laptop. So a few people actually wrote to me and said, well, why don't you use the money from the channel to buy yourself a laptop? Everybody has a laptop. I don't, because there are a lot of other priorities right now in my life. I have to help the school. A lot of donors, because of COVID and because of the political situation in the country, have fled the country, and have stopped donating. People who used to donate, they're no longer, the companies, they're no longer donating. It's been raining like crazy here. We've had tropical storms. The fruit in my farm, the harvest is lost because there was too much rain, and I still have to make, the payroll for the hardworking people at the farm. So buying a laptop for me is not a priority, and I only mentioned it because a lot of people have been saying to me, oh, why do you only use your phone? Why don't you use your laptop? Well, because I don't have one. And I know there's a lot more things you can do with a laptop than you can do on your phone. But, for the time being, I've been doing this in since I started in my phone. So, and I'm not very techy, so I will have to see. But yeah, that's why I don't buy a laptop right now, because, I have the school, we have the children, there's a lot of expenses. So that's the answer to that, okay? Now, for Meghan Markle, I am very forgetful. She was born, her parents were married, they got divorced when she was very young, so there was no trauma. Mr. Markle, because he adored his daughter, ensured that there was as little drama as possible and helped Doria with everything. Tried to be very friendly with Doria. He ensured that Meghan Markle saw her black side of the family. They have pictures of them spending, even when they were divorced, spending, time with her black side of the family. They had, Thanksgivings. It wasn't a traumatic divorce whatsoever, okay? Yes, Doria was an absent mother, even by Meghan Markle's own words, because at the TIG, there was nobody there telling Meghan Markle what or not to say. It was all her. And that website, whatever you want to call it, was filled with praises to her father. was, if you didn't know Meghan Markle, that she had a black mother or anything, you would think that's a rich white girl's experience, right? Because there's nothing black about it. Her flying to Malta to find her heritage, her white heritage, by the way, because it's on her father's side of the family. Meghan Markle never took a trip anywhere to find out about the black side of her family, her black heritage. So let's go as early as 2 years of age. Meghan Markle started at the Hollywood Little Red Schoolhouse. That little school, all the way to elementary until she hit high school, starts at $21,000 a year on tuition fees alone, without counting books, activities, whatever, all the additional expenses. So we're looking at around $30,000 a year with everything included, right? All the way to elementary school. Of course, when you get to you get to kindergarten, elementary school. At elementary, it starts. She's angry because she's not in the room. It starts at $28,000, elementary school. So we're looking at all expenses in elementary school would be around $35,000 to $40,000 a year, depending on how many extracurricular activities you have and other stuff, right? Then she went to the Immaculate Heart High School. That starts at $36,000 a year. So that high school is incredibly expensive. And as we know, when you're in high school, you have to have better clothes. I think they had uniforms. I'm not sure, but I think they had uniforms. So you have to pay for, if they had uniforms, you have to pay for the uniforms, the food, social life, everything, right? And we know that Meghan Markle was not alone. She didn't suffer from loneliness in high school. She was incredibly popular. I think she was a homecoming queen at some point. She had very good friends. She had a good circle of friends. So I'm just telling you like it is right now, because from everything we see, I mean, if you're a homecoming queen, it's not because you're suffering from loneliness and you don't have any friends in high school, right? So she was a popular girl. She went to very private schools. She never worked. She had a tap, and we go by her words at the ticket right here. She said that she took tap lessons and other lessons that her father paid for on weekends. That he took her to all these fancy restaurants, Frank and Russo to begin with, which is very expensive, and how she loved that. This is at the tick. This is all there, and because we know for a fact she went to those two schools, right? Now, she never worked while she was at any of these jobs. The only work that she, and we will call it work because, you know, it's when she went to the set of Married with Children, she would get to play with one of the actors' kids that was there, that was around the same age, you know, and she got paid for that. It was like babysitting, but it wasn't really. It was just hanging out with the kids, and she got money for it. She never worked at a yogurt shop when under the age of 13. When she was 13, she never lived off salad bars. She never clipped coupons. Never did any of that. Never did any of that. Okay. As far as her father and everybody there. Now, when she started the Immaculate Heart, Doria pretty much disappeared from the map. It was only Mr. Markle. It was Mr. Markle, and this is according to Samantha, Mr. Markle himself. Samantha lived at the bottom. They had like a duplex, a two-story house. Samantha lived at the bottom, and Mr. Markle with Meghan lived on top. But it wasn't like a cheap little duplex. No, it was like a proper home, like middle class, upper middle class home. Okay? Now, the 1992 riots, when they started, Meghan Markle did not run through any ashes. She was not suffering anywhere. Her father, when the things started to get hairy a little bit, he went and got his precious little daughter and took off with her to Palm Springs, where she would be away from all of that. So there was never anything like that anywhere around. Okay? Mr. Markle, Meghan was with Mr. Markle pretty much his entire time while she was at Immaculate High School, to the point that even the teachers admit that they never met Doria until I think her graduation, because Doria never showed up at her home or anything like that. After that, Meghan Markle, She didn't win any scholarships because she wasn't smart enough. But his father paid, and Mr. Markle actually suggested she go to a cheaper college, something more affordable. But nope, she wanted Northwestern University. I don't know if it is because Princess Diana had been there a few years back and she had been honored at Northwestern University. I don't know if her stalking days on the royal family started back then, but she was dead set of going on Northwestern University. Now, Meghan Markle did not have any black friends throughout her life. She did associate with her family, black side of the family, at Mr. Markle's insistence, because he wanted to make sure that she had a roots. The only work that she did with the homeless was at Mr. Markle's insistence, and only also because of the Immaculate Heart. That was part of the curriculum. They had to do that. So it wasn't something that, I'm going to be very charitable, I'm going to go to the soup kitchens and do that. No, that was part of the school, and also Mr. Markle instilled that in her. Now, after that, I'm going all of this. A lot of this stuff is on record, by the way. The schools she attended are on record. Mr. Markle has debunked her and has the receipts about all of this. I mean, unless now Meghan Markle claims that she paid for her little, for Hollywood little school in Immaculate, or that Doria did, which she didn't. Now, she started to go to Northwestern University. Mr. Markle paid for it. Mr. Markle paid for it. The only thing he didn't pay for was her, additional things that she wanted, like luxuries and stuff like that. But he paid for it. Doria was broke. So I'm wondering, how did Doria pay for that? Because she was broke, and Northwestern University was expensive. It's an expensive university. Now, when Meghan got there, she didn't apply to go to a mixed race sorority. No. She went to the whitest, most discriminatory sorority, which is by now closed at Northwestern University because they've had some issues. Okay? She managed to get a internship at the American Embassy in Argentina. Okay? Through her uncle, her father's brother, her white father. So that's how she ended up doing an internship at the American Embassy in Argentina. She tried to take the government's, there's a test that is taken if you want to become a government employee or who works at the foreign ministry, which she failed, clearly, because she's not smart. Now, she's claiming that she has 2 majors at Northwestern University. 2 unrelated majors, by the way, because she claims that she has a major in theater and international studies. Now, I have done extensive videos on this. I even presented the receipts of the emails that I got from Northwestern University telling me that those 2 double majors do not exist and you cannot take them. And if you want to have those 2 double majors, it will take you at least 6 years to get it because they're completely unrelated. And therefore, you would have to take different modules and the time, because you have to take full-time courses here and full-time courses there, and some of the courses would clash with the time schedule. So it would take at least 6 years to graduate having those 2 majors, because those 2 majors are from different careers. So what we know for sure is that Meghan Markle is in the it's in the communications degree list. I think it's in 2000, help me, I think it's 2003. I think it's 2003 that she's in that degree list. I don't know if it's 2003 or 2013. I think it's 2003. Please correct me if I'm wrong. She is listed as a student graduating from the communications degree. Now, the communications degree would make sense that she majors or minors in theater, because theater is part of the communications degree program. So that would make sense. Okay? That's as far as we know. Those are the things that we know for sure. After university, she immediately almost started dating Trevor, because they were together for 10 years. People think that they were together only for 2 years. No, that's how long they lasted married. But they were together for almost, I think, a little bit over 10 years. Okay? So she basically met him almost right out of university. And he supported her. So the stories of her struggling and stuff like that, no, her father was helping her out. She had a nice car and her father paid for the gas. And Trevor was also helping her because they were together. So he was helping her out financially as well. Okay? If you listen to her, you will see that she never mentioned she had a part-time job anywhere. She doesn't say, oh, I worked as a waitress here, or I worked at Banana Republic like most actors do, because she didn't. She had two men supporting her as far as we know, Mr. Markle and Trevor Engelson. Okay, now this is the big one. Regarding her union card, do you remember when she said, I was a fraud? I'm the Mike Ross. That statement is also a lie. Her father got her a part, a speaking part at General Hospital. I believe it's an American soap opera. That way, because in order for you to be able to qualify to have to be part of the actors union and have your card, you have to have had at least a speaking part somewhere. So Mr. Markle arranged that for her, and he paid for those fees. So she's lying again when she says, oh, I wasn't Mike Ross, I lied this, like that. No. Maybe she lost it afterwards because she wasn't paying the yearly fees. Or maybe because she wanted to say, I am the real Mike Ross, not him. The show should be about me because that's what actually really happened to me. Making up stories. Oh, I'm a fraud. Yeah. This is why the guy, Patrick, turned around. Oh, so you're the real Mike Ross. Ha, 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 ha. So we have up till then. Okay. So being a humanitarian was not working. Suits was coming to an end because the main character was leaving. So without the main character, that's it. The producers used Meghan Markle's, even though Meghan Markle was told to shut up about Prince Harry, dating Prince Harry, she didn't, because she needed to exploit that publicity. That was good publicity for her as far as she saw it. You know, Meghan, and then she did this big article when she was told to shut up because she pushed her way and bullied her way. We know now that she met Harry and they married in a hurry. Why do I say a hurry? Because Eugenie was supposed to be married first. Yet they bumped Eugenie's marriage to allow Meghan to marry Harry. And it leads to the speculation that she lied and said she was pregnant in order to hasten the marriage. And when Meghan Markle says that one young world, oh, how did I get here? Because she truly is shocked that her grift and bunch of lies worked on an idiot like Harry. She is lucky the royal family gave in to Harry's wishes, because that's what happened. The royal family gave in to Harry's wishes and allowed him to marry her because Harry needed the Queen's consent. And the Queen allowed him to marry this woman. And the only positive thing that Meghan Markle had was the fact that she had mixed race. Because I'm pretty sure that the royal family knew all about her. Okay? So Meghan Markle, when she says she doesn't know how she got there, it's because she knows she's shocked her grift paid off. So we know that she got there. We know that she married Harry. We know that she started talking to Oprah Winfrey before she got married. We know she never brought her clothes or any of her belongings to the United Kingdom. We know that in the year and a half that she was there, that she was officially in the United Kingdom, she was barely there. She took so many trips abroad. She took at least 2 trips to Canada. They went to Ibiza, Italy, Amsterdam. I mean, she took that year that she was supposed to have been in the United Kingdom to travel and have fun everywhere. She only did 72 engagements. I mean, Meghan Markle saw that being a white chick did not pay off. Being a biracial chick did not pay off, because if you look at it, she started very late in life calling herself biracial because she thought maybe it'll pay off because I'm not getting any roles as a white chick. You know, I'm only getting like the suitcase girl number so and so. I'm being pawned off in golf courses, having to do what God knows what as a caddy. That didn't pay off. So I'm going to do the biracial thing. The biracial thing didn't pay off, so I'm going to do the humanitarian thing, and she hires this PR lady. The United Nations gig was, she wasn't invited. The PR agent lady got it for her, and Meghan Markle never did it at the same time as Emma Watson. Okay, she never did it at the same time as Emma Watson. So this was at a separate building, everything. So we know she got Harry. We know that there was an overlap because she was living with Corey Vitello. They were living together while she was going out with Harry. And this is just speculation here. The reason why she didn't let go of Corey Vitello was waiting to see if anything was going to happen with Harry. So she's told to shut up. She knows that Suits was coming to an end. She flies to the United Kingdom and she tells people, I'm looking for a man, a rich white man. She made no secret of that. And she got one. Now, what has she done? We know that she was talking to Oprah before then. We know that she didn't bring all her clothes or any of her belongings from there. She gave up her dog for Harry, blaming Harry. Oh, I had to do it because my dog hated Harry. Really? We know that she's not a charitable person because there's really no consistent thing of her being charitable, in spite of all these little tidbits that Oprah keeps posting and asking people who are associated to Oprah, that little video that Meghan is charitable, because there's no real history. That Rwanda trip was a gig that her PR agent got her in order to see if maybe her profile will increase. We know would increase. We know that Shalon Lester was the editor of Star Magazine. She said Meghan Markle had at one time 3 PR agencies and she was a source. And it said Caucasian in her driver's license, you know. So we have all of that. This is who Meghan Markle is so far. She has never had any poverty. She has never worked under 13 years of age. She has never had any of that. She led a white, upper class, privileged life in the United States with a loving father, 2 loving families, her black side of the family and her white side of the family, who doted on her. She traveled extensively. She went to the best places. She never had any trauma. Okay, even her father arranged a commercial with Nickelodeon using his contacts so his little princess wouldn't feel slighted because she never got a response from the letter that her father told her to write. So this is who Meghan Markle is. She is a white woman, and I don't mean a white race. I say white woman with mixed heritage. And I say white woman because she's led a life of whiteness, pure whiteness. Having Serena Williams as a friend doesn't make her part of the black heritage. Now she's branding her mother as a flag everywhere. So we know that Meghan Markle lied to the royal family. We know that. If Meghan Markle, so for all of you, I ask this, if Meghan Markle was a true humanitarian, what better place than the monarchy, whose motto is, I serve. Whose motto is not about them. It's not about attention on me. It's about serving people, seeing how much good they can do to help causes, to help others. Meghan Markle was never going to live in South Africa because Meghan would see that as a step down and humiliating. She was probably pissed off that they even suggested her going to South Africa. Because in her mind, why would she hang out with all these black people whom she thinks is beneath her? And these are all my thoughts and opinions on this matter. Why would she go to South Africa when she's never led a life or surrounded herself? Even by her own words, she admitted that she had nothing in common with the black culture, that she couldn't identify with them. So what would make the monarchy think that she, or the royal family think that she would go to South Africa to serve others, when her whole life has been about her getting what she wants, doing what she wants, using people as she wants? So please leave your comments. I've just posted the facts of what's there. We know that she never got 2 majors because that would have required at least 6 years to accomplish that, because they're 2 unrelated careers. She did an internship in Argentina thanks to her uncle, by the way, who she didn't invite to the wedding. And she had the biggest opportunity in the world to actually you have a platform and be a humanitarian and not make it about her and serve people. The royal family bent over backwards to please her, to include her, and then to say, you know what, don't be part of us, because being part of the monarchy, there are a lot of restrictions. And we know you're a free spirit. If you want to continue acting, we will help you. And God knows, we know that the monarchy has excellent contacts. We will help you. If you want to live in the United States, we will assist you. She said no, because she wanted titles. Because everything about Meghan Markle is not about being linked. It's about being ranked above everybody else. Please let me know what you think.